Hey everybody, welcome back to All Bites Matter. So today we're going to talk about some batteries in my boat and what I'm going to do and what I had in there and what I think I had in there and what I think I'm going to be putting in there. So stick around. But first, I want to show you guys something, a little hack that I did for my boat probably a year or two ago that made it a lot more easy for me, I feel, to charge my boat, and just real easy cord management. So let's walk over here and take a look real quick. Forgot my little microphone. Oh my goodness. Anyways, here is what my setup is for charging the boat. I got the old Harbor Freight retractable extension cord. It has 3 plugs on it. I think I paid, I want to say $30 for this thing, maybe. But yeah, you just pull it down, you stop it. I plug in right there, plug everything in. I got my GoPro plugged into it right now to keep the battery from dying, you know how all that works. Or I plug stuff in, or I'll plug any other stuff and then it stows right back up. If you want to watch here, I can let it go all the way up, or I usually like stop it right there. So, and when I'm ready to leave, just unplug the boat, let it go. When I'm done, come back, plug it back in. Anyways, that's a hack. Well, organization, I guess you'd say. But let's get into the battery situation on the boat. Stick around. I'm going to show you some stuff that we got going on here, and we'll talk about it. So if you see in here, I got these 3 red color batteries called Moseworth. They're 100 amp hour lithium batteries. I got these puppies on Amazon for super cheap in 2022. They work awesome. I have had no issues with them, including, I got a little mess in here because I'm working on changing stuff, as you guys will see here soon. But I am even charging them with the old Genius Noco charger, Gen 4, that is only for AGMs, lead acid, and sealed batteries, not the lithiums, and have had no issues. If you guys have been around the channel, I like to just try stuff. Like I had a 16-volt system in here. That system for and it was designated just for the front graph. It was for Mega Live 1 and my Helix, and I changed out the Helix and had the Explorer. I ended up doing away with that system. It worked fine, but further reading into it, right, they say in the Mega Live, you're not supposed to have anything over 12 volts. I ran it. I had no issues, but I don't recommend it because obviously it says in the paperwork. I just like trying stuff. I did it with Mega Live 2. Same thing, but I like to change stuff around. I just wanted to try it. I bought another battery, which is sitting in here. We'll talk about that here in a minute, and change that system over to a 12-volt system only. But I am changing out these Moseworths, not because I have an issue with them, just because I want to try, once again, something new. So we'll dive into that here in a second. If you guys want some information about these batteries, I took a look on where did I get them again? Amazon. They're no longer available. I think I paid, I want to say maybe $150 a piece or $200 a piece. Now I know what you're thinking is, why the heck would you put these in here and worry about your boat burning down? Well, somebody's got to do it. Okay, that's what I did. All right. And I legitimately have had no issues, and they run my trolling motor awesome, in which I have the old Trex, 112 pound, or 112 pound. Jeez, it's been so long since I messed with that thing. But it's the biggest one, even the longest shaft. I have a 60-inch shaft on my front trolling motor. But yeah, no issues, legitimately. So these are actually going to go into my Duckworth boat, putting in a trolling motor on that. And it's a jet, so I want to lighten it up to keep it light. So I had an opportunity, so I took a hold of it, and now we're going to swap these out. But let's get into what's going in. Look what we're going to be putting in this puppy. We're going to be putting in some red Odos, or red ODO. I've heard it pronounced both ways. These are 100 amp hours, Bluetooth.
Hey guys, just wanted to cut in here and let you guys know I'm not sponsored or get any affiliation with Red Odo. I bought these with my own money.
I have used Red Odo before. I have one in my sled already, and then I already have one inside the boat. So on that, I also, let's go over here real quick, record. Got the old new Gen Pro 10 4X Noco Genius, which is for lithiums. So I got both all this new. I've actually had it for, I don't know, since before Christmas. I just have been super busy with some family stuff and some other stuff, and haven't got to where I got to put it in. So I'm gonna work on doing that today. But yeah, that's my plan. We'll dig in some more here into a second. We'll get in the back of the boat and I'll talk about what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm back. It's been a couple days, had a few things happen, so I had to kind of pause the video, but now we're back. Got all the batteries installed, got the new charger installed, got my little charger mounted for the single battery, and I have one spare just in case I have an issue, in which I've never had an issue with my Nocos, but I'll have one if I need to. Or if I have another battery I decide to add for some weird reason. You know me, I like to add weird stuff. One thing that about these Red Odo batteries, and other batteries I'm sure come with them, but my other ones didn't. Something that's small but I think is cool and clean, these little caps that come with it. You know, it cleans it up, and then if you drop something, you know, it's less likely to arc. But I think it just looks clean. Probably could do a little bit better cable management. I kind of have stuff set down. Didn't go crazy. Didn't have a whole lot of time. My buddy actually came over and he helped me change these out. And man, I forgot how much, because I took out my old lithiums, which are in the boxes right there. They're going to go on the sled, the Duckworth. I forgot how light these are. You know, back in the day, I've had this boat for, I don't know, since 2012, so many years. I've had to put many batteries in it before the lithium ions really became a thing. And I used to have to like put my head here and grab the battery and try to get it up and over, because they weighed freaking 100 pounds. And I went to grab these and I about ripped it out of there because I forgot how light they are. But yeah, that's just my, I keep my spare jumpers in there for if anybody needs jumped or anything like that. I have them in there. I have them in a plastic bag. They're nothing special, but it's just something I do. One other thing I want to clean up a little bit is this is for the small charger over here. I can't run it up into the same plug as the main charger just because there's not enough room. A little trick to that, if you guys are changing these out, especially on the I-Class series, all I do is I tie a string to the end of the old cord. So when I pull it back, I have the string here to put the new cord on and pull it back up in there, because holy cow, it is a pain. I had one time that the holder that's up there break and the cord fell down under my cubby there, and it was a pain in the butt to get. I had to get my some wires and bend them, because if I ran it back here I still couldn't get it because it would go and hit the tank. I had to bend it so it came out and finally came under here, and I was able to pull a rope under there. But yeah, no other boats, I'm sure it'll work. But yeah, Red Odos are in, got power up front. I did find the other day when I was out on the water, I put my trolling motor down. The main pivot bushing for the mount fell on the floor. It's a pretty common wear part. I've had that trolling motor for many years now. I have a spare. It's a 485 shaft. This is a 60-inch shaft. I ain't gonna put on my 45. It's super easy to change that out. I already ordered it from trollingmotorparts.com. They have a kit. I think it was $30 or 35. If you guys want to take a look at that, if you have the same issue, you can tell it wiggles back and forth. I was noticing, I was like, why the heck is this thing wiggling back and forth? Well, it's because that bushing there wears out. It's just plastic. So we'll get that in. I'll get that changed. I might make a video on it. I might not. Depends. If I got time to film it all. Get that put in. It still works and deploys. Is just super wobbly. I just could be careful, and I'm usually pretty careful, but that's my next project before we really start getting going on fishing. Anyways, you guys got any questions, concerns? I plan on getting these out on the water. Wait, I almost forgot. Let's see. So these are Bluetooth, and let's pull up the app real quick. I'll pull it up and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, here we are. Still got zip ties and whatnot I used. Here's the app. There's my wife and some of her steelhead she caught. Okay, there we go. Automatically hooking up. There we are. So 99%, 100%, 100%. Let's click in one of these, and here's what you see. So capacity 104 amp hours. These are 100 amp hours, except for the upfront Mega Live and Explorer 12. It's a 50 amp hour. It's not Bluetooth, but you got all your options here. You can balance them. All cells are balanced, it says. You have current voltage. You can, why it's going, you can see how much current you're utilizing. Then you got your device info and your firmware. And then you can come back. Discharge function off. So there is one thing I didn't, that I got to talk about. I almost forgot, especially since I see that there. I got these Red Odo batteries back in December, before Christmas even, and I just now put them in, and it is February, second week of February or something like that. Hooked them up, went to turn the charger on, charger didn't recognize them. So like, what the heck? So then I put my voltmeter on, 0. They all had 0. I was like, oh crap, hopefully they didn't like die sitting here, and usually they don't, but especially since they're still in the box and foam. So what I've had happen with lithiums is you have to wake them up, is what I call it. But so what I did is I took my jumper cables, hooked them from a good battery, and put it on the new lithium ion battery. Bam, woke it up. Next one, same thing. Did it all to all 3 of them. They all woke up, had like 12 something volts. And then the charger recognized them, and I left them on charge. They charged fully. No issue. So they can go in sleep mode, I believe they call it. If not, that's what I'm going to call it. When they don't have a charge or any systems running on them. And that's one way to wake them up. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but that's how I did it. I didn't look anything up. I just know that I had to do that before. I think I did that, like 3 or 4 years ago on my old ones. I forgot what the issue was. I don't think I used my boat for a while. Didn't have the charger hooked up and had that issue. So that's one way to do it. If you guys run into that issue, or you get these batteries and you have that issue. My buddy that was actually helped me install, he was here, and he was glad that he was here because he actually bought these same exact batteries. And he hasn't put his in his boat either, so he now knows that he has to wake them up and get them charging. He pretty much has the same exact system with the charging system and everything. So, yeah, good little tip there for you. Anyways, so we're gonna leave it here with the battery change out. Don't have a lot more. I'll probably do a video on the trolling motor bushing change out, but fishing's just getting ready to start here in Washington State. We had some good weather this past couple weeks, but like I said, I'm dealing with some family things, so I have to take care of that first before I prioritize my fishing. Hopefully I started getting that a little bit better going to where I ain't so occupied with that and I can focus a little bit more back on my fishing. But for right now, I have to focus on that. That's more important. But I'll still try to produce some videos, some content for you guys. And if you guys have any questions or you guys want to see anything, comment down below. I pretty much do anything on boats, so if there's something that you're curious about, we'll talk it over. I'll see if I can get a video out there for you to help you. If not, we'll figure it out, and maybe I'll just do one off the top of my mind, because I like doing everything myself. So I go and I'll do some research, or I'm pretty mechanically, electrically, and tech inclined. So if you want, we can just try to figure it out. So anyways, like I always say, take a kid fishing. It's about that time. School's going to be in full bore until summer, right? And I think most all schools go out in June, so get them out, get them fishing, get them hooked. It's always a good time to take kid fishing. We'll see you on the next one.